Hello, everybody. What is up? My name is Sparky, and we're gonna be doing something a little different than the normal Tom and Sparky Let's Play this time around, because, in case you didn't notice, I don't have a Tom with me. This is going to be a Sparky Only situation. Hold on a second, I'm gonna turn down the TV just a little bit. There we go. And we are going to be doing a bit of a challenge run of one of my favorite games, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, on the PlayStation 2. This is just gonna be me playing through the game, getting all the collectibles. Which, if you look at my game files here, I actually did it once already. But unfortunately, I wasn't very satisfied with the results of the other playthrough. I didn't really practice. It just kind of ended up a mess with me wandering around and getting lost at it for a while. Getting some of the collectibles, just being lost and not knowing where they were, it actually took me 20 minutes of off-recording time to find them. So, enough about that. We are going to take this last file down here and start up, because we got a bit of a cutscene to get through.
Spent my life searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find. Who were the precursors? Why did they create the vast monoliths that litter our planet? How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall.
Have you asked the elephants?
Rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy, oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance.
And he has amazing hair.
Too old, same as the sage anyway. I'm only the master of green eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Of course he did. But that wouldn't be any fun.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
Spooky.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that?
And looks like you've been caught. And looks like you just got your best friend killed, Jack. Except not really.
Man, that stung. I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened. What?
As you can see, he's taking the change well.
Okay. I'm fine.
Very well.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north.
Of course.
Nobody has spoken to him in ages.
Of course.
I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while.
Of course.
The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment.
Convenient.
All I need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand the canyon's heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick.
Also
And I bet
convenient.
there are even more of them out in the wilds, just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Because nobody wants to be a fern. But yeah, welcome to Jak and Daxter proper. There aren't really too many other long cutscenes like that. There's some go on for a little bit, but not nearly as long as that. Except for maybe the ending. Well, Jak and Daxter kind of boils down to one thing. That being, it's basically the, how to put it? It's basically the PlayStation 2 version of Super Mario 64. We have several collectibles to get. Power cells, which are stars. Precursor orbs, which look like eggs and are the coins. And scout flies, which are the 7 red coins. Because collecting all 7 of them gives you a power cell. Actually, it was 8 red coins, but it's 7 here. And another thing to note about the cutscenes is that they do not have subtitles. So it's kind of a sound balancing act between keeping the game quiet enough to where it doesn't overpower me and keeping the TV volume quiet enough to where it doesn't pick up on the microphone. I think I've got it down to a good level after playing through the entire game once and experimenting with it. But we basically got to get going and collect all of these artifacts left behind by the precursors.
With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time during your quest.
Thank you. This is Green Eco. Green Eco is our health. There are 4 kinds of eco in the game, and we'll be finding another kind soon.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
See, they're eggs. I'll basically just be calling them eggs for the rest of the game. But yeah, it's time to start exploring around Geyser Rock in proper, also known as Tutorial Island.
This is a power cell, the most important precursor artifact you can find. You need to collect 20 of these so I can power the heat shield for your A-Grav zoomer.
Yeah, they're basically stars from Super Mario 64. Except collecting 100 precursor orbs does not give you a power cell. Shame, really. And another thing about this game, I'll try not to lose all my health too much, but you can't turn off the auto-saving, so I can't really do structured takes of different sections as well as I can with other games. But yeah, no subtitles, no turning off auto-saving, just a little inconvenient. Oh, what's not inconvenient is the controls.
I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured them all.
Yep. Scout flies can only be found in these crates like this, and you can only get them by slamming down from above like that. The controls in this game are one of my favorite parts because Jak can just do so much. He can jump, he can double jump, he can punch, he can spin, and he can do all kinds of crazy combos like this. And like this. Oop. I meant like that. Like this. There we go. This is one of my favorite things to do in this game. And he can also roll and long jump and crawl. I don't really remember any point in the game where crawling really comes in handy. But it's there. Also, L2 and R2 don't really do much except bring up your HUD. They got more of a use in later Jak games. There we go. So yeah, collecting 7 scout flies usually results in a power cell. Well, always.
Wow! That last scout fly had a power
Kitty, what are you
cell.
doing?
I'll bet if you collect all 7 in each area, you can find even more power cells.
Yeah, just like the last time I recorded this, my cat seems to want to bug me while I'm recording. And just wait for her to settle down a little. Kitty, I know the door's closed, but I left it open so you can get out, okay? Oh, animals. Always fun to work around. Well, yeah, we're gonna continue it.
That's Blue Eco, which contains the energy of motion. Blue Eco allows you to run fast, break boxes, and even activate some precursor artifacts when you get near them.
Pardon me for a second. Okay, well. Some first episode, huh? But yeah, they just told us about Blue Eco. One of the main types of eco you'll be collecting, basically just like energy sources and power sources for the world. Just as mysterious as all the precursor ancient artifacts that we'll be collecting throughout the game. The different eco types, aside from green and dark and I think light eco, don't really come into play much in the other Jak and Daxter games. But Blue Eco is fun. I wish it came into play more often.
Notice how each Blue Eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
Indeed. Whenever you pick up an eco type that's different from green eco, you basically fill up the little meter in the corner there. And that's your timer. Excuse me for a second while I look around, make sure I'm not missing any orbs anywhere. Because there are, how many? 50 in the starting area. And, yep. I thought I'd missed some down here. Whenever you're charged up with Blue Eco, it speeds you up and you just feel like you gotta go fast. That should be all down here. Oh, nope, missed one. Yeah, that was a bad habit of mine on my first run of this. I tended to end up leaving behind 1 or 2 precursor orbs in a section and had to go searching for them. Aside from green eco, that's your health. Oh, wait.
Is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling Blue Eco through
But yeah. Basically, like he just put, aside from green eco, which gives you health,
That's the blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
would you guys let me talk? I was about to say that. Yeah, vents give you a full charge, and blue eco is pretty much the most important eco type in the game outside of green eco, which is your health, and dark eco, which kills you pretty much instantly.
Good work. The blue eco caused the door to open.
Exactly.
With blue eco, you can breathe energy into all kinds of precursor artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
I was just explaining that. We're going to be using blue eco a lot to get a lot of the
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco. Pick up 50 small green ecos or one big green one to increase your health.
I've already mentioned that it was health. But it is important to note that you have 3 hit points, but you can collect a 4th. If you collect 50 blobs of green eco while your health is already full, it'll act as an extra hit. But only when you have the total 50.
Then jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
And there we go. We've got all of the precursor orbs on Geyser Rock. And we've got all of the power cells now. Charge up with a little blue eco. Turn this platform on. Fall, of course. And we're back down here. We were supposed to ride that down, but oh well. Anyway, let's turn on the teleporter gate and head back because we're done with Geyser Rock. We have 50 precursor orbs, we have 4 power cells, and we have the 7 scout flies. There are always 7 scout flies in an area. Just keep that in mind. Anyway, only one option right now. Let's head back to the Green Sage's hut.
Good training, boys, but that's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
Then no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We'd love to stay and chat, Big Green, but we're, itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
Part of the reason I love this game is just how darn happy all the characters make me. They're just so full of personality. But I think that's going to call it for an episode at the moment. We finished off Geyser Rock, and now we are in Sandover Village, the first hub area of the game. There are 3 areas like this, which basically just act as paths to get to the larger, more complex areas. We'll be finding a good amount of orbs and power cells, and even the scout flies here. They're not free from the scout fly rule. So, I'm gonna stop here for now. Until next time, this is Sparky, and I will see you later.